Hey y'all, how you doing? Today we're gonna go target some trout. These trout are stocked in this location, primarily rainbows, but there's also browns, and if you're real lucky, there's some tigers put in there too. We're gonna be using a sliding sinker bottom rig with power bait, and while that's sitting there soaking, I'm gonna use a light trout combo I have built, throwing some cast masters and some spinners on it. That's for later. This wind is really messing with me. Thought that was a fish a minute ago, but I guess it wasn't. Out from the other direction though, so to make me able to cast farther. Oh, there he is. Oh, there we go. Hook side on. Oh my god. Here you go, right in the weeds. There we did. Come out. Yeah, there he is. Nice there. Sweet. That's what we're talking about, boys. Rainbow. Ooh, chill. Ooh. Fortunately, if this guy's going on the smoker. Alright, so I'm gonna get back to casting as soon as this wind stops. I already got that fish cleaned, gutted, bled out. Now he's sitting in the cooler on ice. And I think I already have another one. I looked like a fish just, oh, there's a fish on. Oh yeah. Oh, he's jumping. Ooh, that's a brown. That's a big trout. Taking a drag. Oh, it's coming at me. Jeez, my drag is like slipping or something. Tanker rainbow. That's a whole over if I ever seen one. That's a slob. That is a slob. Ooh, that's a big rainbow. Chill, bro, chill. This fish is angry. Move for the board. Just over 16 inches. That's a big bow. Goes. I'm soaked. Only take what you need, guys. That was a big trout. I didn't need him. Let him go. It wasn't quite a pin. He was actually a good amount of weight, but that was a big, big rainbow. So I'm not gonna retie that. I'll probably do a couple more casts with the Castmaster. Get in there, boy. That'll probably be it. Now my foot's soaking wet. And my fingers are numb. This wind is driving me nuts about a color. Yeah, too windy. Alright guys, I'm home. I got all my fishing tackle put away. The fish was put in the cooler as soon as it was caught, so the fish is still cold. Then he was dispatched, bled, then cleaned out. I'm going to vacuum seal him because I thought I had charcoal. Apparently I didn't. So that means I can't smoke him. Right now at least. So if you vacuum seal him, it'll taste absolutely fine when you go to cook him. Scoot you out of the way there, bud. Vacuum seal them. I trimmed them up too. Took the tail off. I usually cut the base of the tail when I'm bleeding them. That helps make sure that you get all the blood out of him, since there's a main artery right there. This fish is vacuum sealed. All I'm going to do now is date it, put it in the freezer. So I caught him on 3/14, the rainbow trout. $3.14 rainbow trout. There he is. In the freezer he goes. Is there enough room for him? Hopefully. Alrighty, so now we're in the tackle room. I'm just putting this rod away. I'm going to show you the rig I was using today. This rod was the one I was using. She's all kinds of tangled. That trout did take the hook a little deep, so I ended up just cutting it so I could unhook it better instead of having all the leader attached and everything. So I did get the hook out. The trout did go swim away just fine, as you saw in the footage. The rig is pretty easy for the stock trout. I see a lot of people do it differently, but this is the way I find works the best. Now, this one has a shorter leader, as you can see. In your trout rig, when you're fishing bottom rigs, doesn't have to be fancy or anything. So you got your weight right here. Then I put a bead. I put a bead here because these weights are notorious for just smashing into the swivel, loosening your knot, essentially weakening it, and then you'll snap off. Especially when you get in weeds, that happens pretty commonly. Then I put a swivel. This one happens to just have a fluorocarbon swivel. I don't recommend them that much. They don't really, I mean, they work for what I'm using them as, but anything else I wouldn't. Then you got an egg hook. I use 3. I find 3 to be perfect. I find 1 doesn't really attract them that much or look like anything. 3 seems to be the lucky number. Now this one has what I would consider a very short leader. Normally I would run anywhere between 2 feet and 4 feet. So the leader sometimes, like I had on this one had probably like a 3.5 foot, 4 foot leader. You want that egg to float up way up off the bottom. That way they see it. Fish will go up to an egg. They will not swim down towards an egg though. I'll show you exactly what eggs I was using too. Let me just put all this stuff away right quick, so I don't have to deal with it later. My spinners and stuff. Alright, so this is just a Berkeley jar bait bag. I like it. Keeps them organized, because these are kind of difficult to store. So this is what I find to be a really good color, is the orange, which is fluorescent orange, is what the FL stands for. But also another good color is sunrise, which is orange and yellow. I use 3 eggs like I said, and that works pretty good. I do also have other colors, like I have pink, chartreuse. These are orange with clear and green flake, which I do use, but the bite is usually hot on the orange. And then I have other stuff that I use either through the ice or drifting, like these balls of fire, preserved salmon eggs, egg sacs, different all kinds, chartreuse glow ones. I have some different kinds over here. I usually switch up. If you're not catching them on something, switch to another, because they're always going to eat it. It's like an easy meal for them. They're not usually too hesitant on picking it up, especially when they're fresh stocked and they're not really chasing bait yet. Salmon eggs, since they have that scent put in them, it smells kind of like hatchery pellets, I feel. Really drives them nuts. All right, so now I'm just going to disinfect the countertop, clean everything, do the dishes, all that good stuff. Thank you all for watching. I hope you enjoyed. Fishing is starting to pick back up here in Massachusetts, so expect more content soon. Have a good one, y'all.